I think this is cool, so I want to show you guys. I'm a real garden nerd right now. All the time, actually. But yesterday, or 2 days ago, I think it was yesterday. It was yesterday. After that garden, I shot a video, and sorry, someone's looking for their cat. And after the video, my phone died. So I had to end the video quite quickly and I didn't have to pick anything. Gee, my brain lagging again. I filled up the 2 buckets with dirt right there. And I filled this with more dirt. Should be fine. This is my strawberry. What I am planning on doing with it, and this is, I think it's a 5 or a 6 foot pool. I'm really not sure anymore. I think I said 6 before, and I don't think it's a 6 foot pool. But it's not a problem. So, I want to go over plans kind of right now, but not really. I am going to cover this with hay later on, after first freeze and all that crazy stuff that happens with that. So we have, sorry, swiping away a notification, bed right here. I hate notifications. We have this bed right here, the 7x5. I am planning on growing corn. Well, I'm planning on doing corn again next year, but that all is going to be another talk for another day. This winter, once this greenhouse comes, I'm going to be doing both beds with greens, headed lettuce, things like that. I'm going to try to do enough lettuce for the winter, so we're at least offsetting that a little bit, because it's too hot here. Not too hot, I could grow it, it just does get really hot, and I really don't have the space. Well, that's all I do. I have the space to do it, it's just the heat is such a problem, and it would be very frustrating, but I am going to try it next year just to see what I can do, because this year I've been very inspired. I'm going to grow greens in here this year. Hoping to get this cover on before a freeze, which we will be. It's going to be getting like 80s next week, so I don't want it on to burn up the soil. But the buckets are going to be used. I know I talked about this some in the video that I have. I'm going to be doing some videos, or I'm going to be using the buckets for carrots and the potatoes. I gotta go put these chickens up. And the potatoes. The potatoes are a big thing. I don't know if they're going to survive the winter, but we'll see. The carrots should grow. People grow carrots in ground all the time through the winter. But yeah, we will see. I have some beautiful chickens that I've gotten this year. We are trying to figure out processing dates for all of those right now. It's just taking a while because our lady is busy. She had a friend, and this has been like all year. Her friend's been in and out of the hospital so much. She's taking care of her sheep and moved them to her property and just a bunch of stuff like that. So it's been a struggle coordinating, but she's always been there, which is good. But I'm gonna grow greens in these beds this winter, and then by the time that the last round, I'm gonna time it so the last round of greens are finished about a week and a half to 2 weeks before I need to plant corn. Whether or not it works, I don't know. I'm expecting more. I think I'm expecting more food than we're gonna get, which is fine. I will deal with that when it comes in. Never grown during the winter. I would like to, because you gotta grow all times of year to do what needs to be done. So we're gonna see what we can do, and yeah, just grow a lot of food. I'm really excited. We still have this pepper over here. If you watched my garden tour from the farmyard account, you will have seen this pepper in the thumbnail of the video, and it's still growing. Obviously, it's a decent sized pepper. I mean, it's not incredibly big, but it's a pepper, you know? And I'm really excited about that. Next year the peppers are going to be moved. I did things way crazy last year, so I'm gonna try to fix all that and just get things a little bit straighter for next year, along with like plan-wise and do things like that. So that is something that I'm working on. It's just gonna take a little while to figure out the kinks and all of that. I know it's not gonna be foolproof right now and in the beginning, so I am gonna be working on that quite diligently, going over dates, looking to see what can be done with certain things, and yeah, just fun stuff. There's another 5x7, same thing as the other one, just doing greens in it. I might do anything that heads up in here because they need a little bit more room. It looked really dry on that. It's not that dry in actuality. I'm gonna start watering and turn the soil over and try to get it to where it's more even. We haven't had a lot of rain and I really haven't watered, so I'm gonna try to get all of that straight in between what we have coming up. We have to process the birds, which we have 9 turkeys, 8 meat birds, and I have 4 drakes that potentially need to be processed to bucket. I kicked the bucket, not actually, but I have 4 drakes that need to be removed, and I don't know how that's gonna go. And I'm considering getting rid. I'm gonna do a whole video on it, but I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing with ducks. I would like to be able to keep more of what I want, and having to do that, I have to get rid of ones that I'm not planning on hatching out from, and it's the struggle to decide. It's always hard decisions, but it has to be done, and I'm not opposed to making these hard decisions. It's just difficult when I did have plans in the beginning, but then my plans changed and I have to adjust what I'm doing. And I know once it happens, I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna try to keep the ducks for as long as the ones that I'm on the fence about for as long as possible, or whatever. I think there's only 1 pair that I'm for sure getting rid of that will never return to my. If I get rid of both of them together, neither one of them will be back in my care at all. Another one, the blue Swedishes, Havoc and Hera. I am debating getting rid of Havoc and Hera. My reasoning for this is because I would like to breed good quality, and I always knew Hera was not good quality because of her eye stripes. I do enjoy that, but Havoc has a lot of russet, so I could avoid things and I could do this and I could do that, but it needs a whole video to fully explain my thinking. But I'm going to try to see what I can do and work things out. Havoc and Hera, I think they're going to go to my great-grandparents. I'm not 100% certain on that. I need to ask them. They're very quiet, and they would be excellent for pest control. And if not, then they're not. I can't keep them knowing where my values are, and I've talked to people who have been like, oh, they're not good they're blue Swedish, but they're not good quality. So I am really debating making the hard decision and having to get rid of them. Only reason I would put them there is because I could potentially get them, or I would get them back from my great-grandparents, and I would want to do that, but again, I can't 100% guarantee that that's even what's going to happen right now, and I can't just hope and bet on that and it not happen, because I would be fairly upset, not gonna lie, but I also realize that it's needed. I want, like I said earlier, again, it deserves a whole video in and of its own, but I have plans, and I want to keep those plans. They don't need to never change, but I do have plans, and I would like to do good quality animals and I can't do that if I breed poor quality animals into my mix. And I'm not saying they're fantastic quality, but they're better quality than them, Guppy and Gladys. So yeah, Guppy and Gladys are forever members at my farm. Same thing with Bodie, Captain, and Kayak. They're ones that are staying, and Salt and Pepper are ones that are staying. They're my original 2 ducks. Webigail is a potential stay. I was gonna make a whole video on this. I still am, but Webigail is a potential stay. It's just figuring out what's happening all around. So, as frustrating as it may be, and sometimes irritating that I have to get rid of some, Webby, the reason I would get rid of her is, everybody knows I am in a neighborhood, and she's loud, but she's not that loud. She just gets irritated when you don't bring her food right first thing in the morning. So I don't want to leave her behind like that. And I feel like, no, that's what my mind goes to, is when I'm having to get rid of an animal, it's like I'm leaving it behind, and I don't like that feeling. I know it's not like that, but that's just the feeling that I get. So it is about to cut off, but thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in another video very shortly. So bye y'all, and have a good day.